Digimon ban lists have always been a bit of a controversial topic within the community, with people talking about what cards should be hit, disagreeing, and usually getting into some sort of mud fight where they think, oh, I'm right, but in all reality, who cares? But we haven't had an official ban list announcement, I guess, in 7 months. We've had our current active ban list since March, and I feel like a good time, due time, to actually get a new ban list. There are a lot of things happening in this meta, and I feel like there are some things that can be hit, but overall I think the game is in a pretty healthy spot. We see a lot of representation from other decks, like this past weekend we saw Ragnar Lordmon from EX7 win a regionals. Like, in what world does that happen? This world, apparently. I think overall we're in a healthy spot in the meta, but I think there are some cards that are still problematic within this meta. So I'm going to start off this video by talking about one card that I think should be banned, and that card is the Mirage Galgamon Burst Mode. If you know anything about me, or you've heard me talk about this card at length, you know I hate this card with a burning passion, because this card essentially is just, haha, I get to OTK you, have fun. Now, the BT11 Mirage Gal is obviously very powerful, allowing you to add a security or just return a Digimon essentially, which is insane, but the Burst Mode is the one that allows you to actually get this advantage and go for the OTK, essentially allowing you to swing for 2 to 3 to 4 swings in the given turn, depending on inheritables, and yeah, it's just not a fun experience in my opinion. Not to mention that it also limits the hand size as well, so you go back to 8, they gain memory from your effect, from the hand you have, and it's just not a fun experience. Not to mention that in BT16 we also got a new Galgamon level 4, which allows them to gain a memory. If you have 8 cards in hand, you draw a card, and then you also gain jamming as an inheritable. This is stupid because Bukamon got banned for this exact reason, but now Mirage Gal just has an in-engine jamming. It's a good one, it's a very, very good one. So in my opinion, I think this strategy needs to die. This deck has been around since BT13 pretty much. It was around BT11 but not as much. So for that reason, I think Mirage Galgamon Burst Mode should be hit, preferably banned, but it'll probably be limited to 1. Anyways, that's just my opinion. Let's go to my locals and ask for what they think should be hit on the ban list. So let's go. Alright, so I'm here with my first tribute, Hung, our resident All-Force hater, I guess.
I hate All-Force because I keep playing it.
What is the card that you want to see banned in Digimon, or limited?
Definitely Monzemon.
Which Monzemon?
RB.
RB1 Monzemon. So why Monzemon?
Everybody thinks Numemon X is the problem card. It definitely is a problem because, you know, the effect of when it gets deleted, you just again to play it again, right?
Yeah.
But the Monzemon promotes that. For the cost of 5, you gain 2 memory for tucking it under when you hard play it. It's just way too strong. And it also sets up for Ace next turn, Valkyrimon Ace. So you can pass turn with it by tucking that under, and then your opponent essentially can't do anything because, well, they can attack. They can try to attack, but the Valkyrimon is probably going to come since they typically pay 4 of. So it's just kind of a sticky one.
So now I am here with Alex. What card would you like to see banned or limited?
Well, as I play Numemon, I don't want to see any card from Numemon to be banned, but the problem card will definitely be Monzemon RB1. It's very versatile. You can play 5/5 and tuck Numemon X. Numemon X is another problematic card. There's too much minus TP, minus security, and if you're able, you can Monzemon X and play another card and then minus TP anything, destroying all boards. It's too much, and pairing with the monkey X4, it's too strong. And another card I think should be banned is Patama. A lot of people don't think he should, but
I'm gonna hate him. I'm gonna hate him.
It's just like, okay, if you don't see it, you're screwed. But if you see it, it's just 2 advance. You pair with DK PT14.
BT14, yeah.
E14, you guaranteed you have higher chance to get a level 6 on the same turn for the cost of.
Yeah.
It all depends, but a lot of people, it's very easy to go around yellow vaccine.
Now we are here with Chris, and Chris has got a bit of an interesting take, so why don't you go ahead?
You know that everybody says that Ukomon is a bit overpowered, but some decks actually need the Ukomon in order to move around.
Yeah.
Because some other fun decks like Divormon, for example,
Myotismon,
and a lot of other decks.
Yeah.
The problem at the current meta that I see with the Numemon specifically is that they are running both Ukomon at the same time. So we know that there's the limited pairs already in effect in the rules.
Kaio and So, I think, right? Yeah.
The Light Fang Tamers and some other cards. So in my opinion, what will balance the game, at least in the Numemon side, will be if they limit the 2 Ukomon, so you're not able to play both on the same deck.
I think that's fair. I think overall, Ukos have become quite a big subject in the community, and I feel like the search and the gain memory, like if you see it like with Uko, you can gain like 3-4 memory in a given turn just because of Uko effects essentially. Yeah, I think limited pairs pretty good idea. Let us know what you think about limited pairs as well for Ukos. Angelo.
Ayo, another victim.
And he doesn't have one card that he wants limited or banned. He has 2.
First one, Magnamon X. I don't know why it exists. Kind of like, pushes out of the game so many decks.
Yeah.
Whenever I play Leviamon or Rapidmon, as soon as the Magna comes out, I can't do anything. I'm just dead.
Definitely like a stopper of meta, essentially. Like.
You have ways to out it, fair enough, but not every deck has it. You literally have to find a way to include a toolbox to get rid of it.
Yeah, like the plugin, for example.
Yes.
Like the
I
fact that you have
hate
to
it.
tech in a plugin.
Yeah,
essentially.
or just like get your DP up,
Yeah, exactly.
DP,
And like loads of decks in the current format can't really
Yes,
like DP high
correct.
DP numbers. So, what's your second one?
Second one, Pokemon.
Which one?
Both, as a matter of
Both.
fact. Just the fact that you can raise it and then hash another egg accelerates your game a bit, too fast, which is good for many decks, makes it viable. But then you have Numemon, right? I feel like Numemon X or, the Monzaemon X, yeah, they're broken, but I feel like Ukomon is the one that enables it to go even fast, rush down the opponent's security.
It's interesting because Chris also mentioned Uko, but he mentioned doing the limited pair for it, so you can only play one or the other.
I do think Chris' suggestion is quite good, making it a limited of one of the two in the deck, because it would essentially bring back Numemon to how it was in PP15.
Yeah.
Which I think it was good, but at least you don't always have an Uko and always have something ready
It was
for next time.
it was still a meta contending deck, and
So
it
you
was
still
still
make
very powerful.
Ugo
But
strong, but not as strong as it is right now. So,
fair enough.
yeah, that's a good idea.
we're here with Kamal, and he's got some opinions on cards that need to be limited or banned.
Dominion Mon.
Oh no! Come on! No, come on! No, come on! You can't. I borrowed the deck.
No. But no, Numemon, naturally, I think Numemon X or Monzaemon X, one of those two needs to be hit. I used to say Patamon, but not so much anymore. I don't think Ukomon should be banned. I think they're fine.
Interesting opinion.
I actually think they're relatively balanced cards because they help a lot of low-end decks be able to be playable. Of course, they help a lot of high-end decks.
Exactly.
And that's like a small issue. But the moment Bandai releases support as a better level 3, that level 3 will replace Ukomon. So I think Ukomon's just good for helping other decks just play. So like the lower end, I think is just more fun. Like I've lost games to Numemon without ever seeing an Ukomon.
Yeah.
I've lost plenty of games without seeing Ukomon. It's like when people used to complain that Ukomon was an issue in Red Hybrid. I don't really. Most of the games I won was never with Ukomon was barely present.
Yeah.
So I don't think Ukomon is too much of an issue. If you hit Nume, then Magna X and Mirage both need to also have hits. But the issue with Mirage's hit is you have to cripple the deck. Until they make a new Mirage Galgamon, they just have to cripple that deck.
We are here with the final person, Dude's Collection. You got some things to say about a ban list?
Well, it's more people who complain about. There's always someone complaining a certain deck should be banned. Like someone can play against Ragnarok and their deck sucks, and they let's ban Ragnarok or let's ban Imperial, let's ban Pilgrim. I think the most people would say ban Uko, which I kind of agree is kind of overpowered. Currently, the meta is really dynamic, so if one deck is missing, then the other decks will rise, and it's hard to balance it out because people will complain about Magna ban a lot, but Magna's not really topping, it's Uko that's topping.
Yeah.
And if you ban Magna, Uko will be even more rampant, I think. Or is it the other way? In terms of future meta, like everyone's playing Uko. Uko's the best level 3 there is, even for like nobody's even playing proper level 3s in future because this is hybrids.
And that is what my locals had to say about an upcoming ban list, which has been confirmed now in about a week or two. And when you're seeing this, I believe a new ban list is being announced in Japan, which will probably come over to Europe and the States as well. Overall, I just want to say thank you to everyone at Locals that helped me with this video, and thank you all for watching this video. Is there a hit that you want to see that wasn't mentioned, or do you disagree with someone in this video? Please let me know in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.
Something I genuinely think we're not going to really see a ban list this year.